This podcast was brought to you and powered by Sunday Cool Teas. Watch or listen.
She cut you off, dude. She had something planned.
That was wild.
Yeah, that was really
good job.
Way to take initiative.
Bye.
Guys. I know you want to skip this ad, but listen to everything Andy has to say and don't skip.
I'm very important, and what I'm about to say is also very important.
Yeah.
Because, guys, guess what? The end of the year is right around the corner.
Yeah.
It's getting cold. You feel that? A little breeze. It's getting cold up in here. Ooh. Listen, I want to encourage you guys. If you have, you work for a business or organization or a church or anything like that, and you order custom apparel, stickers, hats, shirts, whatever it may be, guess what? Christmas is right around the corner. Mm-hmm. Winter retreats are happening. Everything is all right here. And you go to SundayCool.com, you can order everything, and we can get it to you lickety-split.
With our 72-hour turnaround time.
Absolutely. So whether you're buying hoodies or pullovers or hats or stocking caps or beanies or shirts, go to SundayCool.com. Put in your order today. Better now than never, so we can get it to you and make all your Christmas dreams come true.
Well, yes. Okay, that's the end of the ad.
Thank
you for not skipping. Good.
You did it.
Good job. Well done.
Well done, good sir.
Excuse me.
Well done, good sir. Righty-ho.
Did you ever mimic Steve Carell on Bruce Almighty when you were a kid? When they did the...
Oh, yeah.
I still quote that movie so much.
Are we being spooky?
Superstitious. It is October the 13th. Friday the 13th, baby.
Very superstitious.
Riding on the wall. Ninjas butterflies. Episode 59.
This is the problem with morning-ish podcasts is I've not eaten yet.
Lily?
Oh, man. Too bad you didn't pass like a million fast food restaurants on the way here.
I was busy.
Excuses.
Did you take that out of the trash?
I just threw it away.
Why would you ever throw away a full bag of chips?
I don't know.
What's wrong with you, dude?
I think I'm coming to the conclusion that chips, like either MSG or just processed stuff, makes me poop like crazy.
Put it in a drawer.
Or offer it to one of the other two guys in
Listen,
10
I was
feet
just
away
trying
from
to
you.
clear the stuff off, and I just like, no, right there.
And you did it. And you did it.
I don't want to start off like this.
You started it.
No, you guys immediately are attacking me.
You threw food away.
Okay.
And you said you were cleaning up, which you didn't do.
You
picked up one bag of chips.
Just trying to clear it off a little bit. Golly.
Have you seen that woman on TikTok that like people make a video about food waste and then she like has this big bowl and she's like, and she makes an iteration of it and gives it to all the homeless and destitute children.
Yeah. She's like from the Middle East or something.
She's like a modern day Mother Teresa with a lot of money.
I do that. I do that with all my leftovers. I blend it all up and then I freeze them into like little Capri Suns and then I pass them out and it's just they get their protein.
That
they get
literally,
everything.
I gag.
What's wrong with that?
My gag.
It's a home cooked meal.
I heard that Demi has a +5 eyesight.
Yeah. She's got new glasses. The girl got new glasses last night.
Is she wearing them?
Not yet. They have to. That's one of the things they have a lab in house, but they're like prescription's too big. It's gonna have to be sent out.
You said +5.
Yeah. What is it?
+5, right?
Yeah, it's a positive sign.
Yeah, but you don't.
I knew what you meant.
Do you say 2 positive side 2?
Dude, you just
4?
said you didn't want to start out like
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now you're nitpicking her.
Hey.
I knew what I meant. Knew what she meant. All right. So people are allowed to say other words, Josh. Okay.
And people are allowed to do whatever they want with their own bag of chips.
You don't
That's
say.
true.
Do you
That's
say
true.
minus for the reverse sign, or do you say
Subtract.
or negative?
I don't know.
What's the opposite of what you said? Positive.
Yes,
Yeah.
it'd be
Yeah,
negative.
negative. Yeah, I guess that. Oh,
You don't
wow. I
say-
never thought
do you
about
say
that.
negative?
I would be minus. You would say minus.
That's why I would say probably minus.
Speaking as a person who literally did that for a living, you would say minus.
He was
So
an-
can
he
I
was an
tell
eye
you?
doctor.
Can I tell you a story?
I was not an eye doctor.
Do you want
I
to
wish.
do a story?
Josh had glasses,
No, stop.
No.
Let's play a song. Play a song.
We'll get back to that.
What's your deal?
We're getting back to that.
It's like as soon as we turn on the cameras, she just wants to just fight me.
Is this another story?
No. Don't talk about that. What are you doing?
We used to have the same eyesight, though.
Do you want a song?
Now you're perfect.
Yes.
And now she doesn't wear glasses. And so now she has to wear glasses.
Yeah.
Yes, I would like a song, please.
Woo! Song.
What are you feeling?
Something
Maybe like melodic.
melodic.
You should, I don't know, maybe sports season. We should maybe do something. Maybe we could do some sports or something. Sports themed or
All right. Like
possibly. And those two together.
The real
so
football.
possibly. So like
The real football.
the real
Yeah, so OG soccer. Yeah.
Football.
Oh.
All right.
Soccer, what they named it the first time.
Football.
Melodic soccer song.
Okay. Let's do it.
Melodic football.
Channel the energy.
Here we go.
There we were on the pitch, ready to play with the guys. Put on me boots, had a run. I've never had so much fun.
Who'd have thought that my life would turn out just like this? That's when I saw the soccer ball. I just knew it wouldn't miss. And that's when I felt Kyle kicked me below the belt. Ouch, that hurt really bad. That took me by surprise. He took aim, took the shot, hit me right between the thighs. Right between the thighs. Right between the thighs.
I got up, wiped my tears. There's no way I could quit, so I sucked it up, passed the ball. There's no time to throw a fit.
We carried on, kicked about, looking for a goal, there's no doubt. I saw a hole, I took the shot. This is my moment, believe it or not. They thought it was in, but Kyle did it again. What on earth? What's your deal? At this point I'm not surprised. Did you do it all on purpose? When you hit me between the thighs, I'm going home to start my show. It's ninjas butterflies. I hope you're glad with what you did. This is episode 59. Episode 59 is episode 59.
You did me dirty, Kyle!
How dare you, Kyle? Get back here!
Get back here!
I'm taking my ball, I'm going home.
You got another one coming for you, Kyle!
I tell you, my father hears about this.
Wait till my father hears about it.
There you go.
Wow, that was really good. You guys,
was
so
fun.
funny, so clever.
That was fun. We wrote that, and I could not. The rhythm is tough for me because it sounds a lot like Lily's coming in.
Is there like a liquid death in there or something?
Oh yeah, there's a liquid death.
Wait, can I have one?
There's a yellow Red Bull.
Did you hear?
Sweet tea? You want a sweet tea?
Yeah.
I
I want a liquid death. I'll Venmo you. I know they're $1,000.
I just want the
bottle.
flat one. The
Neither of those
oh
are
the
flat.
lime. I like the lime.
I like the
I'm
buried
shaking.
alive. Are you nervous?
Oh.
I haven't ate, I don't think. You want this one?
Yeah.
Did you hear that joke that Shane Gillis said on Theo Von
Which one?
with the he's like liquid death.
You didn't want to throw it at me? Oh.
The guitar's getting.
Shane like grabbed him. He's like liquid death, and Theo's like, yeah, man, it's water. And he's like, what is this? Is it from Flint, Michigan?
Oh, no.
Womp, womp, womp.
Wah, wah.
But it's true.
Everyone be quiet.
Oh,
All right.
okay, my bad.
Today, when this podcast is coming out, is Friday the 13th.
That's today. Today.
Yuki.
When this is happening.
Today, right now, October 13th.
Is October the 13th, which is a Friday. Ooh, so this is a question sent in by a viewer regarding today.
Ooh, okay, cool.
Today's question sent in by a viewer. Are only wimps superstitious? I would say no. Right off the bat, because sometimes I kind of feel like superstitions are real.
Okay.
Would you agree?
I would agree. I'm highly
Pretty
superstitious.
superstitious.
Same.
Yeah.
You believe like the whole knock on wood stuff? Is that like that's superstitious? Like that's it's a bunch of baloney.
No.
I won't step on a crack.
Yeah.
Banging mama's back. It's a bunch of baloney.
Yeah,
I would say,
breaking me,
yeah, only wimps are superstitious because it just doesn't make sense. Like, superstitions aren't a real thing. Like, it's a real thing, obviously, but they're not factual, you know?
They definitely are.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
I've broken mirrors before. I've walked under ladders. I've spilled salt.
You've also led a
Give
very
us some
unlucky
salt
life.
or something. You have salt over there? There's some right here. See? The salt right here. Boom.
I think you
Don't
just
even open this up.
take the lid off.
Don't do it.
I wouldn't.
This?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Okay.
Don't do it. Throw it over your shoulder
Yeah, you gotta
right
throw that
now.
over your shoulder.
What happens? I'm not going to do it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to spill all this
I would
salt.
I would just
I-
throw that over your
literally,
shoulder right now.
my
That's
toes
not
are
funny.
curling.
Sketchy,
Oh, yeah.
dude.
What's the
Especially
worst
on
that
the-
could happen?
the-
What's the worst that could happen, Josh? Spilling my salt. This is ridiculous.
Andy,
What's going on?
don't freak out,
Oh, stop it.
but there is a 6-foot owl man
What are you talking about?
pointing a gun right at you.
Where?
What have you done, Andy?
Who is that?
I don't know.
Who? What do you want, man? What do you have? It's a fake gun, right?
Throw this all over your shoulder right now, please.
Oh, I can't. I can't. I can't.
Did I say ninja? I meant butterfly. The butterfly is no doubt one of God's most beautiful creations. I said empty your mind. You learn martial arts! Ninjas attack!
Did I scare you? I did spill my water.
Oh.
Now you've got a table full of salt.
That really does give me the willies, by
I'm
the
gonna
way.
come with the vacuum later.
Seriously, throw it over your shoulder.
Did you throw it over your shoulder?
No.
Andy, do it.
Just do a little.
I'm not gonna do a little bit.
Andy,
You can't throw it over my
it's your
shoulder.
left shoulder.
I did it.
You gotta cross it over
Yeah, you
like
did.
that.
You did.
He's gotta do it himself.
How are we?
We'll see. Very, very good. Super superstitious. I'm not superstitious. I'm just a little stitious.
What's that from? I was trying to remember the whole time.
The what?
That quote.
Oh,
Oh, it's from The Office.
Yeah, that's why you
What's-
should watch it.
what's that song? It's like very superstitious.
Yeah, we're singing it.
We
at
were
the
just
beginning.
singing it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Stevie Wonder.
What's that song? It goes very superstitious.
Stevie Wonder. No, I don't think that's it.
You guys are bullies.
No, it's like the guy who's he's famous. He's a legend in music history. Like he's a black guy. He's blind.
John Mayer.
Arguably blind.
Stevie Wonder.
No, that's not it. He has like long dreads.
Yeah, there's like rumors of him like not being blind.
Yeah,
He's, like, friends
Stevie
with Shaq.
Wonder.
Yeah.
No.
That's not it.
Anyways, moving on.
Dude, did you see the clip of I forget who it was on stage, but like they were trying to like give him a shout out and they like blew him a kiss.
Yeah,
Person next to him had to be like, "Hey,
His wife. Yeah.
yeah.
They're like testing him. His reaction if he would have been.
Speaking of shout outs, I want to give this family a shout out. The Bagleys.
Oh, the Bagleys.
They came into our studio last
know,
week,
I missed
and it was Alex, Ashley, Laura Bell, and Clara.
Yes,
And they were the coolest.
they are, and they're huge fans of the show.
Yeah.
and they love when we say poop. It's great.
It is a funny word.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
There's
great.
kind of like a Hobbit's last name,
Yeah, it does sound like it.
doesn't it?
I'm not gonna knock over your guitar. There you go. Sorry.
The Bagleys.
Oh yes, in the Shire.
Of Bagent.
You have to come back so I can meet
Bagleys
you.
a bag end.
Yeah, no joke. You guys literally pass each other in the
I
parking
know
lot.
that stinks.
Before we get started, let's just briefly talk about the Golden Bachelor. And I know there's people that comment like, I don't want you guys to talk about it.
Oh, not the Golden Bachelor
Listen,
again.
that was the purest thing ever.
Did you guys watch
For-
it?
It's
for-
the
I
first.
haven't yet.
It's
I
the
haven't
first
yet.
time I've ever watched any Bachelor show,
It's so different.
and it was wild, dude.
It was so sweet.
Yeah.
The man, what's his name?
Gary.
Gary is
Papa Gary.
the sweetest man.
sweetheart.
And that one dude on TikTok, he said, I will not watch another episode until they get rid of Gary because I care too much about him.
Yeah,
I
at
have
this
to
point.
replace him with somebody I don't
Dude,
care
yeah.
about.
Yeah, I didn't know they did like highlights at the end throughout the whole season. Like,
Yeah.
they show a lot, and it
Yeah.
spoils kind of a lot, in my opinion. But
Okay, yeah, and they do that. But in this one, I feel like they particularly spoiled a lot. Like, we found out about people that he let go. Like,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
get names. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
yeah, I'm almost like cutting it off after the thing,
Yeah.
after the rose hits, because I'm like, I don't want to see highlights. I don't want teasers of what's happening
Yeah,
next week.
yeah.
'Cause that's the whole
Yeah.
point. That's the whole point of a show.
Also, Jimmy Kimmel's aunt being on it was
So
so
funny.
funny.
So is that like normal? They have like like one or two like
No.
comic relief people, or no?
Never.
Okay, that's funny.
I mean,
Yeah.
like, they usually, I think it happens organically, or like the producers, like, find out who is going to be, like, slightly
But they don't have
unhinged.
like somebody who's not involved.
Exactly.
Okay, that's
This was
that
a very,
was funny.
This was unique.
I don't want Jimmy Kimmel enough to know that like she the segments that they do with her, but I know
Yeah.
her
Yeah.
his uncle or the cousin that always does stuff is really funny.
We gotta make our guesses, but I forget all the names. So
I know.
I say by next week we have to have the number one, because they haven't introduced really everybody.
yeah,
Why don't I make
sure.
a poster board? Because this will be helpful. Because I can make a poster board with each of their pictures and their names underneath,
Okay,
so that we can have a
or a
reference.
PowerPoint.
But then how am I
Our
going to
movie
present it
turned
to you?
off.
No,
No.
no.
I'll do a poster board.
Did you see the Jimmy Fallon bit where he's talking about the strike? He was like, we haven't had a season in so long. He was like, he showed the last Bachelor and then showed this one.
Oh yeah. Very funny, Jimmy.
Very funny.
And it's kind of interesting how Jimmy Fallon, he's coming back and he's doing the show and everything like that. Now the writers are back, but he kind of went, I thought like legit he was going to get canceled because of all the stuff that came out about him. But now it's like nothing happened.
What came out about him?
Like he came out, there was I think New York Times or Rolling Stone, they did an article, they interviewed 80 people that had worked on for Jimmy. Only 16 of them went on record, and all of them had none of them had one good thing to say about working with him.
That stinks.
And they have cry rooms apparently. Apparently he's like, his attitude's very erratic and like hot and cold. You never know what kind of Jimmy you're gonna get, which is like sounds just like a normal
Like here.
boss, but he's got like, yeah, exactly. It sounds like,
Yeah.
yeah. That's so lame. I've always admired him.
yeah, I know, but you don't really know what's true and what's
Yeah.
not. And I mean, I can't imagine having his job, having to be that cheesy guy all the stinking time.
Yeah.
Every single day you're doing a show.
Yeah.
Every day.
Speaking of doing a show,
Yes.
did you hear about that volcano that's happening in Italy right now?
No.
No.
What is it? There's a volcano that's going off?
No. So this is what's happening.
Okay.
It's called, I don't speak Italian, so
I do.
bear with me on this.
Yeah, we do. Me and
It's
Andrew do.
Campi, Flegri. Flegri.
Can't be Flaherty? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah.
Campi Flegri.
Campi Flaherty.
That's like a
Yeah, yeah,
household
yeah.
name in our.
Campi Flegri.
Dude, yeah, I can't believe you haven't heard of that.
Have you heard of Campi Flegri?
All the time.
I feel you have
That's
to
my
listen.
Roman Empire.
Anyways, this thing it's sitting over this giant basin of magma.
Magma.
And it's supposedly the second most powerful supervolcano on Earth.
Uh-oh.
Next to Yellowstone?
Yes, Yellowstone would be number 1. This would be number 2.
Wow.
This past week, there have been 2 major earthquakes from that mountain.
That's bad news.
And that it's gone so far as to they've set up evacuation plans.
Yes.
But like if this thing goes off, we're talking like half of Italy.
Haven't we learned from
I was
Pompeii?
about to say, isn't that from
But
over
it's
there?
so big too that Mount Vesuvius, you know?
Yeah.
Which is also in Italy.
I love Vesuvio pizza.
Mount Vesuvius.
Yes.
Campi Vesuvius.
Yes.
But supposedly they speculate that the magma, it's like connected. So like if Campi Flegri went off, Mount Vesuvius would go off at the same time too. And they said
Gateway volcano.
they said it would be so
Catastrophic.
intense and catastrophic that it would send the entire Earth into a prolonged 2 to 3 year winter.
Fart.
Like the smoke would just blanket.
Yeah, like the
the
one we talked about.
596 or whatever that was.
Yeah, the scariest year in human history.
You
Yeah.
need to go buy like grow lights to sit under.
Yeah.
Mamma mia. That's
But-
what I have to say.
The president of the National Institute of Geophysics and Volcanology,
Volcanology.
Just own it.
Carlo, I'm just going to call him Carlo, confirmed that the eruption is a present and near scenario.
Dude. So this would affect everyone globally.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
They said the global temperature would drop 2 degrees Celsius.
So,
which doesn't seem like a lot, but that's a lot.
Honestly, don't we need it though?
I don't know. We want that.
What if Mother Nature is curing herself?
Wow.
Have we thought about that?
Have you ever thought about humans are the virus?
Yeah, maybe we're the sickness, guys.
Get rid of us.
Man, if Italy gets wiped
sorry.
out, I'm gonna be so miffed that we've never been.
If Italy gets wiped out,
Italy's gonna be wiped out.
Or you'd be upset that a lot of Italian people died.
That too, obviously. Obviously.
this just in, Italy just completely wiped off the map from a super volcano. There's Lily.
What?
No,
No, I had tickets.
we'll never go.
I wanted to get pasta there.
Also, 600,000 people immediately evaporated. Ugh.
Darn it.
That's so selfish.
What's the shift in degrees?
The pizza,
2
though.
degrees Celsius.
Negative 2 degrees Celsius.
Gotcha.
Celsius.
In
Negative 2 degrees? It
Yes.
would go down to negative 2 degrees
No,
Celsius?
it would
or
drop
it would
to.
Would drop what? Drop.
It would drop 2 degrees
Okay.
downward from what it is now.
Okay.
Wait. What?
Hold on.
Hang on. What?
What is that in Fahrenheit?
Negative or 2 plus that?
Listen, we're going to listen to this podcast back, and you're going to hear the way that you framed it. You said, at first you said it's going to drop 2 degrees Celsius. I'm like,
Yeah,
all
that's
right.
the correct way.
Okay, yeah. No, that makes sense. And then you said 2 negative. And then I'm like,
No.
all the way there?
No,
And then you said-
2 subtract. Subtracting
Listen,
2.
what were you going to say, Andrew?
To put it into perspective, since 1880, the Earth's temperature has only risen about 2 degrees Fahrenheit on average. So 2 degrees Fahrenheit.
What's
is
the
less-
conversion on that?
I have no idea.
Yeah, to be truthful, I don't even know how cold 1 Celsius
Me
is.
neither. What is that?
0 is freezing, 100 is boiling. Which
Celsius?
Which makes so much sense to just simply do that.
Yeah, they do.
The stinking pirates, man. They took the metric system away from us because that was a part
So
of that,
what's
right?
the global temperature now on Earth?
Oh, I don't know that. I just know it's
Look at.
yeah. It's a big article. Give me a
Okay.
sec.
No, just look. Type in.
I think 1 Celsius is equivalent to 32 Fahrenheit. So 32 is 64. So it would go down.
Hold on.
No.
But if we subtract that,
Wait.
One Celsius is not 32 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, it might be because if 0 is freezing,
Wait.
32 degrees Fahrenheit
One-
would be.
100 is
Just
100 is boiling. 212.
Google it.
What am I googling? We've asked so many questions.
The global temperature right now.
Well, and then what is a Celsius to a Fahrenheit?
All I know is I need to put a hoodie on. I'm kind of cold right now.
It's happening.
It has to at least be 4 degrees Celsius in here.
The average surface temperature on Earth is approximately 59 degrees.
Celsius?
15 degrees Celsius.
Okay.
So
Centigrade.
then do
What are we accomplishing here?
Moving on. We're
do 13 Celsius to Fahrenheit, right? To find out what the Fahrenheit is going to be.
I don't actually
Where'd you
care
get
at this-
13?
15 minus 2, right?
Yeah.
I regret the pirates.
And if my
55
house
degrees.
if my house is 73 degrees, what does that mean? Can we do the math on that?
No.
Okay.
163 degrees Fahrenheit if you're 73 centigrade.
What's the perfect house temperature, by the way? What are you guys saying?
70.
70?
no,
Yeah.
he's
What is yours?
Maybe 70. We'll call it 72.
72?
It depends
Yeah.
on the relative humidity.
But when
If it's below 60%, then you can get up to 72. If it's above 60, you got to stay around 70.
Humidity.
when you
It's
leave,
the one you
I go,
prefer,
boop,
Andrew.
boop.
That's all I'm asking.
Depends on the time of the year.
So I guess 74. But when I go to sleep, 72.
Mm-hmm.
Or 74. 74 all day.
Speaking of the AC
No.
in Celsius
Okay.
and Fahrenheit,
Yeah.
did you hear about this dude? I didn't even write his name down. This guy, he found some treasure in 1988. It's this ship. Should have looked up the name of the ship too. Didn't write that down. I tried to write this note down fast. Him and a couple of guys figured out where this shipwreck was, and the ship was called the Ship of Gold.
Wow.
They went there, they explored it, and they found a lot of gold, like a lot of gold. And he sold the gold and made him personally $52 million.
Whoa!
And then here comes the U.S. government. And we
are going to tax you.
They sent him an audit, and they said, we just need to know how much gold you have or had. And he said, no. And they said, you have to tell us. And he's like, I don't have to tell you.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right.
Jail.
You're going to jail.
No way.
They put him in jail. His sentence was 2 years.
Bro.
And there was 2 years contingent on him telling them, one, how much gold he had, and two, where's the shipwreck? And
why?
After the 2 years, he goes, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Oh, forgot.
And they're like, okay. And on top of him being in prison.
Don't say it.
I mean, he's been there for 7 years now.
Oh, he's still there?
Bro.
Yeah. And he has to pay a penalty of $1,000 per day that he's in jail. And he's just like, yeah, I'm not going to say anything. And so they're holding him indefinitely. Like they haven't
seized his assets though. Like they don't have his money though, right?
They probably do. I don't know.
USA, your bitter is showing.
Yeah. You jealous, USA?
Yeah. What are you, jealous?
Jealous because you can't find gold for your own?
Yeah.
You go out and find gold.
Isn't that crazy? Like, I'm just kind of thinking of him. I'm like, why? I don't want to be in prison.
Dude, and it's so
like, what
easy.
are you going to do with $52 million in prison?
He's he's just so stubborn.
But what if he found something in the shipwreck that's
more than money?
And that's why the U.S. is like, where's the ship?
Yeah, because they know what's on the ship.
That's why there's more at stake.
Ancient technology. What if ancient technology is on this ship that would alter something?
How is that not a bargaining chip though? Saying, I'm not telling you until you get me out of prison, and you secure it. I don't know how that works, but it's like there's got to be a way.
That's what they were going to do.
It's like if he dies in prison, guess what? So long on your hopes of trying to find this ship.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
But I think it makes more sense that there's something on there that the U.S. really wants.
Yeah, more than just money.
And he's just like, it would be too dangerous if the government had their hands on it.
Yeah.
So I will stay in prison.
Noble.
It's KFC's recipe.
I will stay in prison?
No.
Oh.
The recipe that's on the boat. That's what was on the boat. Some Coca-Cola's recipe or something.
How many herbs and spices?
11. Yeah. Did you know that they follow on Twitter? KFC follows I think 11 herbs, actual names, guys named herb.
That's so funny.
And then I think one Spice Girl or something like that. I can't remember. I can remember that joke, but
that's so funny.
Did you hear about that guy that was working inside the government? He's I don't know the technical terms or anything like that, but he got let go. He got fired basically from his position because he was out. He's going to prison. I'm pretty sure because he was accepting bribes. And no joke, he was put in overseas, some other countries. And he was talking with them, and he was making deals under the table.
Yeah.
And they even found in his search history, they took it before the court, and he literally Googled how much is a
gold bar worth.
Gold bar worth.
It was
because he was given he was actually giving golden bars, millions of dollars.
Oh,
I forget.
He Googled it.
He's in the house. I was telling you about this. He's in the house, and he's over defense or something like that, something really important.
This is a huge deal.
Yeah,
there's a ton of things that he wouldn't let happen or did let happen just because he was paid off
by Egypt, and they even bought his wife a Mercedes.
Yeah, it's bonkers, man.
Crazy.
Absolutely.
If I was doing sketchy stuff, I would never feel comfortable spending any of the money.
I know, right?
It's you see my Jeep is suddenly lifted 10 inches. You're like, Andrew, where'd you get that money from?
I feel like my brain, I would not want that money in my account. So I'd move it. I'd literally spend it as soon as I had it.
Or just don't put it into account. Just get cash.
Sink it in a ship.
Bury it. Offshore bank account.
It's like that story. We won't say names, but that kid in high school that some of our people that we know went to school with recently, and he was been talking in high school about how he would been stealing credit cards and stuff like that, and buying stuff off of people's online, and everyone's like,
"I'll tell you later."
Yeah,
after. I don't want to.
Everyone's like,
names.
"No, you're not doing that. You're not doing that." And then suddenly they go back into the backyard.
He said, "I'll show you."
I'll show you.
He said, he was a sophomore in high school.
That is so.
And he went into the
funny.
backyard, dug up a trunk, and it was just stacked with cash.
Just insane.
And he's like, "I didn't know this was illegal."
Oh, he definitely knew it was illegal
Oh.
because they also said that someone shot into his window once because they like
geez.
found out where he was.
Yeah.
But yeah. Speaking of
Scary stuff.
being shot at,
Oh no.
Oh no.
did you see that video of the Grim Reaper in El Salvador?
No.
No, I saw that one at the funeral or the wedding or whatever.
The coronation.
Yeah, coronation for the,
the
king.
funeral or the wedding?
Depends on how you look at it.
Split it down the middle. Coronation.
No, it's in Mexico.
El Salvador.
Oh, man.
Close.
And this dude it's on video of, it was like a looking out over a bridge, and this car got in a wreck, went off the side of the bridge. That person unfortunately died.
Oh no.
But right after they went off,
it.
the semi-truck drove past, and on top of the semi-truck, not even kidding you, a man in a dark cloak is just like looking down
What?
at where the car crashed.
Oh,
Look at this.
that's
Hold on.
terrifying. Oh man, that's good footage too.
So it crashes,
Yeah.
and then, hold on. Oh, farts. Crashes, right? And then this truck.
What in the world, dude? That's so unnormal. That's so
Normal.
Abnormal.
That's crazy.
All right, so it's hard to see.
That's right after the car goes off.
So the car went off there, right?
Could it be AI?
No.
No, that's a legit person walking on top of the truck.
Semi-truck goes past. Dark hooded man standing on top of the truck.
Oh.
Going 60, 70 miles an hour.
I think that's the delivery truck for Spirit Halloween.
No Salvador.
jeez.
Yeah, going for the
They're
other type
everywhere.
the other type of spirit.
Isn't that freaky though?
Yeah,
Scary.
that's terrifying, dude. That's so scary. Could you imagine?
Yo, even if it's not the Grim Reaper, what dude's
What was
standing
he
on top of
doing?
a semi-truck going
Yeah.
down the highway with a black coat on?
he looks
He's
very
just, like,
tall
going-
too.
I think it was AI.
It's their version of a Florida man.
Is that going to be your excuse for now on anything
When I
that
don't believe
scares you?
something, yeah.
Anything that you don't
can't-
want to believe.
I can't discern. I'll show Josh a picture and he's like, that's AI.
This
I'm
is
like,
literally
no idea.
We've
That's
seen
definitely
evidence.
not AI.
We've seen evidence of this. This is the whole like the truck dent and when she ran into your truck. Like that, the whole thing. It's AI. It's unreal.
yeah,
like
yeah,
that
yeah.
whole thing. It's literally that's our MO now.
Yeah.
Hey,
Scary stuff.
are we going to talk about pandas or are we not going to talk about pandas?
We have to
Bro.
talk about pandas.
guys.
I'm
We're
in
blowing the
shock.
roof off.
I wrote a note down for it.
Guys, listen. How long ago was it? 3-4 weeks ago?
Something like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
When I gave you, and you all laughed at me, I told you that pandas were spies sent here by the Chinese people. They broke through the wall, probably too, and now now the news is saying in the past week, China is saying no more panda diplomacy. We're taking our pandas back.
They've been exposed.
65 pandas all across the world are now being taken back to China because we are on to them.
We're on to you.
Listen, this is
It's just weird how you said that.
It is weird. It's weird.
1973.
And then 2 weeks later,
It's
Yeah.
weird. That's
Not-
weird.
50 years, guys.
that just means we are being watched.
I was about to say
50
China's
years.
listening.
50 years. Now can I expand on my conspiracy theory a little bit?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
sure.
Okay. 1973, this is what happens, right? 10 years later, when China's under new leadership, 1983, guess what happens? He says, I don't like that we gave them as gifts. I'm going to have them pay for it. Because they change, so he switches it up. $1 million a year per panda.
Whoa.
Okay,
I'd pay
1
that.
million.
That
When
we're
the-
paying the Chinese government?
Yeah, we're paying the Chinese government to have pandas in our country. Sounds like a really nice salary for a dude that's working as a panda, right?
A spy.
Right? Interesting.
Or funding the Chinese spy division.
Yep.
Oh,
but,
no.
But let's go back to 1983. They switch it. They're going to make payments, right? Guess what also happens in 1983? That includes pandas.
What?
The first panda was given in Pasadena, California, right? 16 minutes away, 10 years later, Panda Express opens up for the first time in Glendale, California, 16 minutes away from where the pandas were originally given. Now, the guy that owns the panda, his name is Andrew, and his last name is Cherng, so Churng.
Trunk?
Oh, yeah. Now he's a multi-billionaire. Owns hotels in Las Vegas, owns $200 million
saying he-
property in Hawaii, and he has a place in Henderson, Nevada. Guess what? That is the home of the most magnesium that's ever been found in the U.S.
What?
It was the magic metal in the World War II. And both him and his wife are both mathematicians and have worked in the airfield. His wife works.
The owner of Panda
Express.
She's an engineer.
They're Asian. That's all of us.
Well, they started this thing, and obviously they knew how to run a business. But the thing is, it's just a little weird with their backgrounds, engineering backgrounds, airspace background, and then suddenly, he's just a mathematician, and suddenly just
is he Chinese?
Yep, he's a Chinese-born guy. He was they were foreigners. So came in here, started.
Oh my gosh, I'm lost on how this is connected though. So the Pandas in Pasadena, they open a Panda Express, and they own a magnesium farm and are good at math.
Basically, I'm just saying. There's dots. We could just connect them. I'm just saying. There's a lot of panda talk.
You set out a good thing, and we just need to connect the dots.
Exactly,
now.
and it will. I guarantee those two people might go missing in the next 2 weeks if they're smart.
Interesting.
Because China's like, they're on to us again. Dude, you guys got to get out of here. All Panda Expresses are going to be shut down.
If they do go missing or they die mysteriously.
Oh gosh.
You're on to something that no one's ever thought about. No one's ever thought about this, Andy.
What are we naming this Panda Gate?
Panda Gate.
Panda Gate.
Yeah, Panda Gate or...
Pandas aren't real. Pandas are spies. Pandas are spies.
Here's the dealio.
This is our butterflies.
Who is the business consultant for the United States of America that allowed us to pay $1 million a year per panda to the Chinese government?
I don't know.
We can live without pandas.
Yeah, true. But they're all leaving. And the last one until next year of October of 2024, it's in Atlanta. The only one in America.
We should steal it.
So, yeah, we should steal it and hold it hostage, and we are going to interrogate the spy inside of it.
Take off its mask.
What do you know?
Local wannabe celebrity Andy, famous on Ninjas of Butterflies podcast, was caught choking out a panda in Atlanta, Georgia this morning.
With like the panda head on your head, just covered in blood.
I am Panda.
Scary.
But also, he was in this top 100 group that helped with the Chinese and American relations as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
You said,
oh, sweet.
But
interesting.
That's good.
Maybe he's an undercover spy.
He's playing the long game, Lily. Well, I'm just, what are the odds that they change up the panda rules and they open up their first Panda Express in the same year?
That's weird.
Within 10 miles.
Dude, there are more dots you can connect because Panda Express is now owned by McDonald's. McDonald's only uses the russet potato. Bill Gates owns all the farmland that grows the russet potatoes.
Oh, and guess what? The Chinese people are doing in America? They're buying up farmland. Dude. But yet they could take away our pandas. I say
we need to formulate this.
I say America does not hand back the panda.
Is Bill Gates a
hostage.
Chinese spy?
Got to.
Or is Bill Gates in the pocket of the Chinese government?
Or is Bill Gates a panda? Wait, is that too far? Wait, no, Andy, you did really good with other stuff, though. We
can cut that part out.
I need a graph.
Yeah, we're going to make a graph.
Oh, we're going to make it. I'm on it, dude.
Yeah.
It's just super strange. 50 years of diplomacy, and then suddenly 2 weeks after we mention it,
That's interesting.
They're like, we can't let them see the zippers, dude. They're going to onto us. They're going to start looking for zippers and stuff. People at the zoo just with binoculars.
They don't have to be humans either, though.
No.
They could be like
robots.
Trained. Not even that. They could just be trained, highly intelligent animals.
You don't think they have...
How's it going to relay information?
You don't think they have... Okay.
Neuralink.
After every baby is born, they have to be sent back to China? And after they're 4 years old, they have to be sent back to China.
So they train them.
Hold on.
They put something in them and they train them.
Or is 4 years
it's just a camera in their head.
Maybe.
They could easily put like a tracker or like an audio listening thing. It's just like, but like they're just, why would they listen to it? Just inside of captivity. This captivity footage is crazy.
Oh, but also speaking of pandas.
Okay.
We cannot go anywhere! Ay, ay, ay! What is that mountain rumbling for?
Oh, no, I'm very scared.
It's about to erupt!
Oh, but first, you know what I want to do?
What's that?
Go to patreon.com/ninjas-of-butterflies.
Ay, ay, ay.
We just started the Patreon account and it's going fantastico.
Yes!
Can I stop that now?
Yeah, we can stop that.
Hey guys, we're on Patreon now, and if you don't know what Patreon is, it's literally a website where we can upload more content for exclusive exclusive content for people like you.
And exclusive people.
Absolutely, you are exclusive because I can't get my hands on it.
So we have a different tier system to where there's different packages you can get, really cool stuff, discounts on merch. The podcast after the podcast.
Live Q&As.
Live Q&As, songs. We have there's one tier that we have a chat exclusive to us, and we can talk to you that way.
Listen, if you love Ninjas and Butterflies, you're going to love Patreon. So go to patreon.com. They have an app as well. You download it. It's super quick. You can cancel anytime. If you don't like our stuff, which is impossible.
Yeah.
You're going to love it.
Patreon.com/ninjas or butterflies. Ay, ay, ay!
Yeah, go down!
It's erupting! That's probably insensitive.
Probably.
Yep.
No, it hasn't even happened.
Yeah, it hasn't happened.
It
yet.
hasn't happened
But if
yet.
it does happen,
Oh, no. Mamma mia. Stop it.
dude, if it does happen before
We're
this comes
all
out-
dead anyway. Our pod doesn't exist.
I mean,
No,
not
it
us.
does. We'll just be cold.
We'll just be freezing.
Yeah.
But what, I don't know if our satellites will work.
Maybe not.
Probably not. But we'll still probably do it, and we just do live podcasts. Guys,
This
come down to Florida.
this ad ended really fun. Wasn't that ad fun?
I had a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. Yay.
Gosh,
It was fun.
I had a good time.
What's that?
I don't know.
I think you both kind of.
The Illuminati.
Oh shoot!
Ooh, are we diving in already?
It's a hard thing to look at.
Yeah.
Not it's a hard thing to research because let's just play this game.
Okay.
If the Illuminati is real, which I think it kind of is,
If
it's real, why are they going to let so much information out about them?
Mhm.
They're very secretive.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. The Illuminati was, in fact, a real group in 1776.
In America,
No, in
I was gonna say that's pretty
Bavaria. Bavaria.
early. Would you call me?
In 1776 in Bavaria, this man named Adam Weishaupt.
Weishaupt.
I'm Adam Weishaupt.
Hello.
He started a organization, a secret club called the Illuminati. And what he would do, the whole purpose was to have free thinkers to where they could usher in change into culture.
Mhm.
And so basically what they're saying is that we're going to bring in all these important people and we're going to talk about the future of like how can we make it better and or how can we gain more control and add to our wealth.
Yeah.
And it's rumored that the Illuminati played a big role in the French Revolution.
Interesting.
Like they
How
did,
so?
they are the ones that were whispering into people's ears of like there needs to be a change and like
Got
and so like kind of like
Oh,
forming this,
they're
like,
kind of the ones that riled them up.
but this was like the French Revolution happened 100 years after. So when was it? It was like 18.
Okay, let's guess. 1863.
That's a good guess.
1793.
No, French Revolution 1890.
1789 to 1799.
You were closest.
Barely.
I
17. What was it?
89 to 99.
Oh, so that's
I
like right.
literally said it. I
French
literally
Revolution?
said it.
All right.
May 5th, 1789.
Oh.
Remember.
Hey, it seems like it was yesterday.
You know something is we've had this conversation before.
We have. Anyways, what they would do is he started off with a very small group, and this is where the weird connections get.
Weird.
They started going and recruiting people in Freemason lodges
Yeah,
and
makes
Freemason
sense.
temples.
Okay.
And so a lot of their rituals and stuff that they did in the Illuminati mimicked what they did in the Freemasonry stuff.
Do you think they did that on purpose to make them feel like more welcomed, or is it like
No, the
something they're just
Freemasons were
adapting it?
very well-connected people. They're
Yeah.
usually politicians. In fact, I think almost every single president that we've had has been a Freemason except for the exception of like one or two.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, if like they started adapting Freemason like rituals and stuff, it may have been easier for them to convert to the Illuminati because
Yeah.
oh, it's kind of similar.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's cool. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're fine. You're doing it already.
So they were just growing. And so
Yeah.
they had very well-respected men, very rich men that owned industries that were all part of this Illuminati. And I think they said it grew up to, they speculate in between like 200 people and 3,000 people.
Dang.
Okay.
But it was so secretive. And then it was in Bavaria. It was basically like the people were starting to talk, and like the I don't know, we call him the leader of Bavaria. I don't know if he was a king or whatever.
Okay.
He's basically like, I'm seeing what's happening in France and stuff. He said, all secret societies are now banned. You cannot have a secret society. And so that's where they're like, oh, then we won't do the Illuminati anymore. And then,
wink.
but it's like,
What year was that?
what, when they banned
Yeah.
the Illuminati? Well, they started in 1776.
Wait,
I love that they say
1776.
Yeah.
That's specific.
Yes, and that they also think that it played a role in America.
I don't want to jump ahead in your story, but are you going to talk about like the seal?
What do you mean?
they train seals.
Like no, like our nation's the Great Seal.
Like the pyramid that's on our dollar bill.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to get to that?
No, I'm not. I didn't write it down.
The phrasing on it, that was founded in 1782 is when it became our seal, and Novus Ordo Seclorum is literally in Latin on our bills, means new world order, new order of the ages.
Iridocyclitis.
No, that's creepy.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's why
literally-
I'm getting to like, okay, it was so well like intertwined within politics, and like I really think it was really in America too, as
Yeah.
well as like Europe and stuff.
Yeah.
Like the changing tide and like becoming democracies and like free
Yeah.
thinkers, but also the free thinking came with, we're just going to gain more power, more control, more wealth, but we're the ones pulling the strings and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we want to control everyone and make sure you guys are being free thinkers. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's you're doing the opposite.
Appeal to the people's sensibilities
Yeah.
while profiting off of them. So,
Yes.
I mean, like you will own nothing and be happy. That kind of phrasing,
Yeah.
you know,
Yes.
similar thinking.
That's from the World Forum thing.
Yeah. Or whatever. I don't know what.
The World Forum, I forget. That's a
The
phrase.
Great Reset or whatever, right?
Well,
is
it's like
what-
it's called the World Forum. The guy, he's this Strauss, something Strauss, Hans Strauss,
Hans Strauss.
something like that. But they literally, their saying is, in the future, you will own nothing and you will be happy. That's literally what they
And
say.
think about the direction. I mean, like, this is a weird rabbit hole because I do want to hear about the Illuminati, but think about the direction that we're going in as a society where the gap between income and cost of living is growing so astronomically. I mean, they've
Yeah.
done like decade over decade visuals of like
Yeah.
in the 80s what somebody would make and what a house costs and what a car costs, and it was so proportioned to where you could live. And now buying a house is often like 5 or 6 times the cost of what people make. It's becoming impossible. So
because
people are
of
renting
BlackRock
BlackRock.
and Vanguard.
I tell my kids that they ask about the future and like, you know, what they're going to inherit from me, and I tell them those exact words. You
You
know,
will own nothing and be happy.
exactly.
What is it?
What am I looking for? I'm in an article.
Type in what's the organization called? I thought it's the World Forum.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
mean, there is something called the World Economic Forum.
Yeah,
Yes.
where they-
Who's the president of it? It's like something Strauss,
It's where this year they did that weird dance and stuff like that.
who lived.
Trevor Strauss.
Strauss I think he was somehow connected to the Nazis too. Somehow.
Oh boy, typical.
A lot of weird stuff. But do you know that I'm starting to go down a path, whatever.
I want to hear about the Illuminati.
Yes. So my thing is, it's all these people that you call them the crazy conspiracy theorists of like how the Illuminati has infiltrated the music industry.
Yeah.
And just all Hollywood, all this stuff. Anything that these people just all of a sudden become really famous. But it's said that when you're approached by the Illuminati, that there's 3 things that you have to do, or one of 3 things that you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
One is you have to sacrifice someone, be willing to lose someone.
That's important.
2
to you.
is self-humiliation. So you have to be humiliated in front of the world because it's like, we own you, so you need to look like a fool.
That's what I
And
did when the gender reveal. That's what was my initiation.
Yeah.
And the 3rd is openly show your allegiance. So that would be all these musicians that are flashing the eye thing and like the merch of the Illuminati and like their concerts is like the devil and like all this stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like one of those three things.
You see Logan Paul throw it up on Andrew Schultz.
That's
podcast?
what I was going to get to.
He smacked him, dude.
What
like
happened?
he like
So you know Andrew Schultz podcast?
No, I know who Logan Paul is though.
Yeah, well, I showed you the picture of him. He follows us, actually, Andrew Schultz.
Hey, thanks, Andrew.
Uh-oh, are you
super
going to hear
cool.
what we're saying about you?
No, he's
gonna be
cool.
fine. He can take it. He can
But
take
so
it.
like on the thing, I don't even know what they were talking about, but Logan Paul like went like this, and he like got mad.
He did it 2 or 3 times.
He
and,
got
like,
mad, and Andrew's like smacking his hands, like, "Stop doing that."
Yeah.
Like,
Spooky.
Everyone who saw it was like, that was really out of character. Like Andrew was really mad. So it was like, you don't really know
Yeah,
what's
because
happening
probably,
there,
like,
but it's like it's weird. It's
I don't
wacky.
want to be associated with what weird stuff you got going on.
And Logan,
So,
go ahead.
no, I'm sorry. But is the Illuminati, what you're alleging though too, is that it has satanic roots?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I know there's probably people listening to this that have relatives or are in fact in the Freemason scene, but I mean I've been into a Freemason temple. In fact, my great-great-grandfather was a 32nd degree Freemason.
You peed in that temple, right?
Not in that. Oh, I did actually in that
Yeah,
one.
nice.
Yeah,
We're gonna
2
get him.
temples. I'm just gonna do a world tour of finding creepy temples to pee into.
Into the bathroom.
No, in like on the main floor.
on the offering table.
In the middle of the service.
But
I'll just be a minute.
their practices that these rituals that they do within the Freemason Lodge, it's like it's freaky and evil, and it's like mock sacrifice, and like we must observe the stars, and
Chanting.
like they chant and like walk in circles and like freaky stuff.
Yeah, do you
dude.
see what you're doing? Like,
Yeah. And so,
Weird.
of course, it's like there's good and there's evil. And from what I've seen, I think the whole Freemasonry thing, especially it being rooted in the Illuminati, is in fact evil.
yeah.
Not
Not saying that everybody that's in it is evil, but they
No.
might not be aware of what's happening.
because
around
there's
them.
the degrees. So like 32nd degree is like the highest you can get. And so
Yeah.
that's like where you're more intertwined into the bigger picture.
So it's not like this stuff is like it's in the past. Like people are still doing it. Like the people that are really in those levels that are deep are still doing things that are really messed up. There's probably people that are on the surface of it where it's like, that's nothing. You see them in the parade running around and stuff. It's like, it's not a big deal. But then,
But it
things like
talked
that.
about like I'm sure a lot of people have seen it, but that podcast that David Dobrik was on, and he was talking about his friend. She was like very pretty and stuff, and like she wanted to be famous, and he like walked down because she lived in the apartment below him at the time. He walked in, there was a man with a suit on, and she's like, "Get out!" And he's like, "Okay, that's weird." Goes back up. She comes up and she's like sobbing, and she said this man was from the Illuminati, and he says, "I can make you anything you want to be, but someone will have to die, and it has to be your mother." And
that's what they say. Happened to
Kanye.
Kanye.
yeah, well, that one song that just came out, don't know if it's AI written or not.
it doesn't sound like AI, and it seems like one of those unreleased ones.
It's like it was on TikTok this past week, and Kanye is like literally saying, "The Illuminati killed my mom. The Illuminati took away my wife," and like was going on. and
So he's
on.
feeding into this. Concept
and that's
as
why I
well.
think like with Kanye, I feel like he just kind of hit a point like if he was in fact really saved, like came to know Christ,
Yeah.
he's like, I don't want to be any part of this anymore. But it's like they're like, too bad. You're in it.
You're in this position
And so it's
because
like,
of what we did.
We're going to.
and then it seems like he just went crazy after that.
we have to
Yeah.
collect.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I have goosebumps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is so spooky.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. It's just
Yeah.
like I believe it's real,
Yeah.
and because I just think there's so much happening in this world that we just don't know about.
Yeah. We like to gloss over and not act like some of this is real. But there's
like.
No, there's legitimate stuff, and there's like, what does David Dobrik have from getting out of that? Like saying that story, what does he get out of that?
Yeah.
And it's like, why would he lie?
Yeah.
Why, like he never speaks on that kind of stuff, and it's like he's usually pretty positive and light work, but it's like he's being very genuine in that, and like it makes me like it just confirms more and more stuff. So you see, it makes you think about celebrities, how they act out. Sometimes more like it's like, I mean, I know like the whole Britney Spears thing was always like someone said, oh, it was a distraction from what Bush was doing at that time. a news thing or it was an Illuminati thing. But then you think about Will Smith laughing at a joke, and then 5 seconds later he's up on stage.
So that would be like a part of you have to be humiliated. So Will Smith's thing was like, I have to go.
Yeah, or
punch my friend.
Even
there's
like
just
Kanye to Taylor. That was a big thing when all that started slipping.
But also a big one, like the most like visually looking conversion of someone not being in the Illuminati, then all of a sudden being in the Illuminati. Mm-hmm. Call it what you will, but I like Doja Cat, Sam Smith. Yeah, Sam Smith. I mean, they flip the script, dude.
Yeah.
Like just freaky stuff that they're putting out now. Yeah. Like one of her recent music videos, she's like singing with like Satan on her shoulder and like I belong to you, or like whatever the lyrics were. I was like,
and you're like, maybe it is just a creative decision. I don't like it. Like it's not my cup of tea, but whatever. But then you just look at it so often throughout our history. You're like, it just seems like, why will you go that route specifically?
Yes,
like so many specific. Other people have done that.
Yeah,
it doesn't seem unique. It doesn't seem creative. It doesn't seem original. So it's like, is there something to this? Because people say that there are. So it's like, it makes me feel like a crazy person when we talk about this kind of stuff. But it's
this thing, this one, and this is, I mean, like Josh and I have talked about this in our home, and like, you know, the Bible doesn't explicitly say this, but we can infer, and like theologians have inferred, and this is, I mean, it's not important, but they say that it was before the fall of the angels. There was possibility, just with some of the language that we hear around Satan when he was Lucifer, when he was an angel, is that it was possible that he was like the worship leader of the angels.
Yeah, he was like, or talks about his music abilities.
His musical, like, and how he was a leader and he was set apart amongst the angels. And so he could have been like the actual worship leader. So why would he not target the music industry?
Because he knows how powerful and moving it can be.
Influential music can be.
That's an interesting theory. That's crazy.
Right?
That's wild. That's so scary, dude.
It's so scary.
I feel like the lights got darker as we're talking about this.
So it's such a Friday the 13th episode. And then too, I mean, you think about like the 27 Club, and I know we've talked about that before. That's what I was going to get into next. Sorry, yeah.
No, that's good. I mean, because like the first one right off the bat, do you know who Robert Johnson is?
No.
Okay, his story, it's so freaky, his story.
Okay.
So this was in the early 1900s. No, mid.
It was like when jazz was popular, right?
It was blues.
Are we, first of all, can we accept the fact that we were born in the 1900s right now?
Yeah, that's weird.
That's so crazy to
think about. Can you look up when Robert Johnson, his album came out?
Which album?
He only had 2, I think.
He's that black blues musician who was off of, they based him on Old Brother Ward, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the story. He had a terrible home life. They like just terrible, like very poor. His dad died and his stepdad was really mean to him and abusive. And so he was in and out of the house, moving all over the place, but he was obsessed with music. And they said that he was amazing at harmonica, but all he wanted to do was play the guitar. And he would travel around and play the guitar, and he was terrible. And he would go into these clubs where, I forget the guy's name, but they were like a really good known blues band at the time. And when they would take like their cigarette break or whatever, he would go up on stage and start playing. And the people were like, can you get this guy off the stage? He sounds so bad. He's terrible.
Yeah.
And even the guy, they interviewed him, not Robert Johnson, but the other blues guy. He's like, yeah, I remember, like it was awful.
Yeah. Just trashed
him. And then the story goes, he got married. His wife died, and then so he's like, I'm just gonna go.
Yeah.
And so he was gone for a year, and then he came back, and they said that he was one of the best guitar players in the world. And the guy's like, they interviewed the blues guy. He's like, I don't understand how you can learn all that stuff in a year. And Robert Johnson wrote a song about me and the devil. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
And another song called Crossroads. And the whole story is that along the he was walking on, and he hit this crossroad, and it was midnight, and a man came out, and he said it was the devil. And Robert Johnson's carrying his guitar, and was like, do you want to be the best in the world? And Robert Johnson's like, yes. So the devil took the guitar, tuned it, played a song, gave it back, and he was the best guitar player in the world.
What?
And he says, but you won't have this forever. Like, you will lose something.
Yeah.
went back, started getting real popular, got married. His wife almost immediately died after getting married.
Gosh.
And then he was only, I don't even know, a couple of years into being a musician, right at the brink of becoming like the most famous person. And then someone poisoned him and he died at the age of 27. What? So that started the whole thing of all these musicians that blow up and they're like the best, like a Jimi Hendrix. Kurt Cobain,
Amy Winehouse.
Amy Winehouse.
Was that
Winehouse.
Morrison? Didn't Morrison die at 27 too?
I don't
or was that
know.
later? No, man.
But they all die
Janis
at 27.
Joplin.
27.
Yeah.
And it's the weirdest.
Weirdest coincidence on the
Yeah.
whole planet.
Yeah, he only participated in 2 recording sessions, one in San Antonio in 1936, one in Dallas in 1937, and then passed away the following year.
It's just weird too because the people that it's happened to are such pioneers in the music industry. It's like they're so
They said that
specific in their brain.
because of Robert Johnson, that's why we have rock and roll today.
Wow.
They
crazy.
said the way he played the guitar and sang, that led to the rock and roll era.
Yeah, that was right before Elvis and stuff.
Yeah.
Wow. Golly, man.
It's weird.
Yeah, that's so strange. And the fact that it's corroborated, like people like saw the
Yeah.
story, like they oh man.
it's so weird.
Scary.
And
Did you say corroborated?
Corroborated.
but let's celebrate too. Amongst all of this evil, like so much good happens though too, and like I do, and like there's light and there's dark, and of course, Satan would look for influence in the music industry, and just there's just so much poison, but also so much light. And did you see that Kat Von D was saved?
No.
The famous tattoo artist.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
yeah, she was like big into the occult, right? Like
Big into
like
the
Satan,
witchcraft and
yeah.
all that stuff. She was saved. She was baptized last week.
It's crazy.
The
Crazy.
gabagools and the
Gabagool.
gremlins.
Crazy.
That's cool.
That's
so
awesome.
cool.
But Taylor Swift,
Is Taylor Swift part of the Illuminati?
probably. Have you heard the conspiracy theory about the jets?
No.
Because 3 months ago, if you would have Googled Taylor Swift jets, you would have gotten articles all about her emissions, like her jet emissions, all that stuff. Like people were like,
physical
yeah,
jets.
Yeah, people were like,
I thought
thought
it
you
was like
meant the
the
football
football
team.
team
Yeah.
too.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
3 months ago.
Oh.
Listen, 3 months ago, you would have got articles about her jets emissions. Now, you type in Taylor Swift jets. What do you get?
Oh, her at the
The
Jets
football game. And it's just like like how people play it, like it's like so. There's just a ton of stuff. Yeah.
Interesting.
And what's his name?
What if you
Joe
typed in
Jonas or
emissions?
whoever's getting a divorce or something like that. They
Yeah.
he like they're talking about his wedding ring and everything, like because he wasn't wearing his wedding ring. It was a big deal. And then suddenly he has a ring footage that goes viral a week later. And so when you type in Joe Jonas ring, you type in. It comes up with the footage, and so it's just things like that, like PR stunts. You never
Yeah.
know. You never know.
SEO
We're becoming a like TMZ conspiracy podcast.
I'm too lazy to go out and chase, so we're just gossipers.
So funny.
Did you hear about this?
But
no.
So yeah, help us out. Let us know what your favorite tabloid is. And
yeah. No, but that's all I got in the Illuminati right now.
That's wild stuff, man. It's super.
Yeah.
Because that's all tied in with Bohemian and Grove a
That's-
little bit
yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah.
It's
Yeah. I mean, it's all connected, dude.
like that's the thing. Bohemian Grove is a real thing
yes.
that politicians refuse to talk about.
You're
It's
not allowed
weird.
to.
So it's like right there. That's proof that there's something darker and deeper. That's a weird society, whether it's Illuminati or not, whatever you want to call it. There's something weird going on.
Why
What's
are
in
we
the middle?
not uncomfortable about it?
What's in the middle of the Bohemian Grove? What's the statue?
Moloch.
An
Yeah.
owl.
What's on the seal of the Illuminati when they founded in the late 1700s?
An owl. That was the Illuminati. That's another thing. The Illuminati thing. Their image was the owl.
Yeah.
It was like the pyramid and with an owl. So the owls and pyramid stuff has always been a part of this occult thing.
They made me put that on my desk.
No.
Who?
Oh no!
Oh, I know.
Anyways.
I have a question.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Hey,
Question corner with Lily, where the questions are fresh on her mind.
Viewers, forgive
So sorry.
us.
So sorry.
No, this is perfect.
Viewers, forgive us. This is Friday the 13th. It's gonna be spooky. Anticipate another spooky episode later this month.
It's October, baby.
Hey, spooky
My-
season.
My question is, do you have a hunch about the manner in which you're going to die?
Whoa.
Do I have a hunch?
Goodness gracious. That's so morbid.
Do you want me to change it?
Yeah.
No, we have to give quick answers real quick, though.
Okay.
I imagine I choke on something.
Yeah, yours
It's
is food related.
Mine's definitely food related.
It's going to have to be something with me pooping so much.
Yeah.
Go
Dehydration.
Elvis way, dude. Go out like Elvis.
Yeah, I'll probably have some other allergy I don't know about and just die.
You'd become allergic to air.
Anaphylaxis.
Yeah, it might be anaphylaxis. Or cancer.
Not even a fun one.
Terrible. You
don't have to be really
fun one.
I don't actually. I don't actually think I'm gonna choke on a chicken wing and die.
I don't think I'm gonna poop to death.
Listen.
Hey, quick thing before while she's pulling up a second question. Have you heard the theory about Elvis faking his death?
Yes.
Like that being a part of the Illuminati thing too, because he never traveled anywhere outside.
He wanted to get out.
Yeah, so he wanted to get out, but something embarrassing. Why would he? Someone's like, why would he? If he staged his death, why would he pick that way of going? It's like because it's the most embarrassing way to die as the king of rock. He probably would have thought that was hilarious though.
Yeah.
So
that's interesting.
Who knows?
I can't think of anything that's like
question
minimally spooky. Ugh.
Questions are fresh on our mind, but not today. They're a little stale. They're not fresh.
Stop it.
They're day-old questions.
If you could have the credit for creating any piece of art, painting or music or movie, which piece of art would you choose?
Interesting.
Say it one more time.
And based on your choice, is it based on money or fame for having created the piece? Or is it because you really love it?
Oh, so okay, you pick one piece?
One piece and you created it.
That's a good question. Very good question. Could it be like an object of an invention?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
As long as it's like a little artistic.
Okay.
I'll do the Statue of David.
Dumb. What? I thought you were going to do like a movie or something.
No.
All right. Statue of David.
A piece of art. Man. Is a hot dog art?
Yes.
I want to be the inventor of a hot dog.
All right.
You're like Andy, the inventor of the hot dog.
Cool.
That'd be such a cool thing to do.
The pyramids.
Pyramid.
Oh, cool.
See, I had to have the hot dog, so you could have the pyramids.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the Statue of David, like scale wise? I haven't actually seen it in person.
Huge.
It's ginormous.
Part of
really?
it's are huge.
Why do we care about the Mona Lisa?
Huh?
Yeah, it's absolutely ginormous, and like they see like he has his hand like bent at one area where it's like there's a muscle showing. If he didn't have his finger bent that way, that muscle wouldn't have shown. But it's so detailed.
Gosh.
It's crazy.
Did you see the Michaelango thing? Same artist, where it's because he was so familiar with anatomy because he would take in like corpses and like
kind of psycho stuff. Yeah,
weird stuff. But the painting that he made of Adam reaching out to God, it was anatomically correct, but the image of God with all of the angels and stuff like that is a direct correlation to the
brain,
the anatomy of the brain. So God being,
it's like mapped out how the brain looks.
Bro,
I butchered that explanation, but I'll have to send you a video about it.
No, I've never known that.
The God and stuff would be like the frontal lobe, and like it's wild.
How cool is that?
I'll show you a picture of like, but then people are saying that Plato or Michaelango.
Yeah.
Michaelango did that, showing that he didn't believe in God, that God was only like
a concept of your brain or something. Oh, lame.
Yeah.
I like Plato better.
He invented Plato.
That's what I'm saying. That's Plato. That's named. He named it after
Plato.
himself.
I choose Plato.
Josh, the inventor, Plato. What would you guys pick?
That picture of the guy, the beard, and the cat.
Nice.
Yeah,
beautiful.
I think if I'm not an artistic person at any capacity, but if I were to pick a trade, I would love to be musically inclined, not vocally.
I thought we had to pick something.
So I'm getting there.
Okay.
I think that I would like to have done the movie score of Pride and Prejudice with Keira Knightley.
Damn. See how that feels? See how that feels? I think that's great, actually.
Oh.
Dude, what would you do if we got Mr. Darcy to come on the podcast and he just like walked in the room
And just clenched his fist. I'd be like,
Stop it.
hey, easy.
Easy.
Darcy.
You look over Lily.
It's a
you
dumb
look,
name.
You look back at him, and I'm in his arms.
It's weird watching him in succession because
Dude,
it's like
he's so good in Succession.
Um,
Killer, dude.
Andrew, does he have something for us? Give us a band.
oh no, I'm so ill prepared.
I'll make a bucket next week.
Coldplay.
Look at the video
Look at the video that Andrew has for you. We're gonna watch it now. And it was all yellow. That
It was from Andrew.
Nice.
It is already sent. Lily, don't play it.
Audio, no.
Yes. Have you guys heard of exo-atmospheric vehicles?
you're yelling.
Have you ever heard of exo-atmospheric?
Why are you yelling?
Question.
Bro, real thing. I have to boost my audio every single time. I talk decibels lower than you.
All right, we're gonna open it in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, I got volume.
With no pilot to compromise performance, even more unusual craft and propulsion systems.
Is that just air?
designed and tested.
I don't know what I'm looking at.
Rockets.
It's
about-
fire?
The machine was originally designed to shoot down nuclear missiles and satellites. Yeah.
All right.
12 inches long.
So this video's pretty long, but you can see the erratic movements. It's little jet propulsion. It was
Oh,
a
no.
nuclear deterrent. This technology existed in 1989.
So you're saying that they probably have it way better now?
One, they have it way better, but two, can you imagine what a test would have looked like? Like this
Yeah,
is before
yeah.
drones. They were based on gyroscopes. That's how they
So you're saying a
hovered.
lot of UFO sightings could have been stuff like this?
Erratic movement.
I think he's
I've never
saying
seen that.
specifically your UFO sighting.
No,
Weird.
No.
because they're not going to be using like rocket fuel and jet propulsion.
That thing would be
That's
so,
wild.
that's so loud, though. That's
Yeah.
so loud.
That was also in the 80s, though, so that
Yeah,
they
that's
probably
crazy.
figured out reverse
Can we
engineering.
get a silence on here?
But isn't that crazy looking?
He's only
Yeah,
I've
it
never
looked-
seen that.
It looked
he's only 3 years older than you are.
that robot.
He's
Yeah.
43 years old.
That's how old I am.
You were born in 89?
89.
80s, baby.
Cool.
Cool.
Hey guys, if you want to hang around and watch the podcast after the podcast, make sure to go to patreon.com/ninjas or butterflies, where we're going to have episode 59 and a half. And I've got some fun stuff to talk about.
Fun stuff!
Yeah.
But we
so-
appreciate you guys watching.
Yeah.
We love you guys so much, and we hope if you are not on the Patreon community yet, get in on from the ground floor because I guarantee this is going to be booming. Booming.
Also,
It's pretty fun.
we're pretty sure that you can do songs that won't be flagged. Like copyright stuff. So we might do some
Fun covers.
fun covers on Patreon. What are they going to comment?
Oh, man. What should we, how do you think you're going to die? No, I'm kidding.
Do you believe in the Illuminati?
Maybe should we ask for advice sometimes? Someone asked like if we should do an advice segment. And so if they ask for like they send in like questions and we give them advice on their situation.
Okay. Ask us for advice.
Yes.
Who wants advice from us?
Maybe someone.
People ask
I
like
wanted-
people say, "Can you do an advice segment?"
I want advice from them.
Yeah.
Could
We'll
do
do a switch. We'll do you ask us for advice this week, and then we'll ask you next week.
Nice.
Hey, we're gonna have to call somebody because that's some of our Patreon subscribers are gonna be able to be on the pod through
That's
the phone.
right. That's
Enter
right.
the
So
win.
maybe we can talk with them there.
All right. Make sure to like this video, review it on everything. 5 stars, please.
Please, we love you so
Do a
much.
written
Tell your
review.
friend about the pod.
Yeah, and go buy some merch. Okay.
CynicalSwag.com. We love you guys.
Love you.
Love you guys.
Mwah, mwah,
Mwah.
How fun.
How fun. We're having a good time.
The Illuminati, man.
Did I say ninja? I meant butterfly. The butterfly is no doubt one of God's most beautiful creations. I said empty your mind.
You learn martial arts!
Ninjas attack!
By the way, when we're in Dallas next week, what are the odds we go and see the X on the street and take a picture on the grassy knoll?